everybody. So here we are again, and trying to be lighthearted, but we have a producer on the Boomer Broads.
She doesn't appreciate the fact that we're shallow. I don't understand it.
She's been trying to make us substantive since the very beginning.
It's very frustrating for her. She'll always will be like, can we talk about Charlie Sheen today? No, I want to talk about the impact of socialism on Germany. We'll feel like, oh no, we'll talk about Lucille Ball. How about that? It's just not us.
Let me explain.
But today we're bending, because we're benders. We don't want you to think we're rigid, and it's always about us.
Have no original thoughts of our own.
I wish you hadn't said that. Okay, it's true. We have ideas today, so we're going with Beth's idea.
And we have two fabulous producers, Beth Foster, Stephanie Polovic.
Nice.
Yeah.
We learned that last time. Polovic.
And they have come up with the fact that this is Women's History Month. Mm-hmm. And they would like us to examine the
role of women through history. Starting with Eve. Starting with Eve. I am concerned about the current state of women in the United States.
Really?
And yes, I am. I'm going to tell you why. 2 words. Sarah Palin.
Men?
No, that would be 1 word, Amber. This is why we don't do this. It's shallow, I told you that. Sarah Palin, Tea Party.
That's 4 words, but okay.
Well, it's 2 and
two
then
concepts,
2.
right.
Please don't quibble. And I really think that she has, and isn't it interesting that in my mind a woman has set back women so much in our country. I think before Sarah, we were heading in the direction of, well, obviously I'm a liberal, and I believe in women's issues and women's rights and pro-choice, and I think I'm basically everything that Sarah isn't. And so to me, she has set our gender back, and
can you see Russia from your house? Maybe. In Wellfleet.
If I drink enough, I can see basically anything from my house, Anne-Marie. And I do.
Don't even have to leave the couch.
That's exactly right. Sure, I can see Russia. But I just think that whole Tea Party movement and what she began, and the whole, pig with the lipstick and the whole
stuff
thing.
like that all the time. You're going to have that.
Well, she asked me what I felt the current state of women was, and my feeling is I think we're obviously in flux. And I think the reason we're in flux is because of this new movement of the Republican conservative woman, the Tea Party woman. And I think, again, it sets us back, I believe.
I think it's a challenge, and I don't have a problem with it, because I think the evolution, the state of women, has evolved. We're not going to go backwards. We're never going to go back. I mean, never going to go back to the kitchen. I'm never going to be doing that. And frankly, I mean, only because Beth does ask us this question every once in a while, and we get into spirited discussions, not only on our show. I think the path has been set. I think you're going to have occasional checks and balances, and that's okay. Where I don't want to burn bras anymore, but I feel like I can do whatever I want. I think my daughter feels like she can do anything she wants. I think our 2 young producers who are in their early 20s can do whatever they want.
I don't think those
choose your career path.
Equal pay for equal work yet.
Not yet.
I mean, I do feel that the opportunities exist. No question about it.
Michelle Obama, okay.
Strong woman, successful woman, lawyer, all of these things. She comes out with a plan to help our children get healthier by telling them to eat right. She is a subject of ridicule by men. No, I'm just saying, you look at something like that, and even the greatest women still get stepped on by the Rush Limbaughs of the world, by the Glenn Becks of the world.
There is a segment in our society, always, and there probably always will be, and you're not pounding on the table.
No, but I will be, and I'm going to point at you.
That will always challenge concepts, and excuse me, I don't think that that's such a horrible thing. I mean, bring it on. And honestly, Michelle Obama doesn't care. She doesn't listen to them.
She should care. She should care because too many people listen to them. She should care.
Well, she's nothing. Let's put it this way: there's not a lot she can do about it.
No, there is not a lot.
Okay, so she chooses to spend her days, which I think is very wise and I respect, and why I respect her, doing productive things as opposed to defending herself against, in my opinion, idiot men. I'm sorry, or even idiot women. And that's how I feel about Sarah Palin.
I can't stand Kate Gosselin, and I mean that sincerely. I think she is
the
worst of every trait a woman can have, which is having children for monetary gain, which I believe she
just
did.
whining.
Then had, akin to the Octomom. She's like an addict, a child addict, and a fame addict, and a fame addict. And basically had these kids, in my mind, to make money. And she just puts women right back down in the food chain where we don't belong, and men can look and say, you see, there's still a bunch of idiots. Look at that Kate Gosselin. What a low-life life.
By the way,
wait.
Where is Kate Gosselin today?
I think she still has a show, doesn't she?
No.
Yes, she does.
She has a show?
Kate plus 8. Kate plus 8.
And
I don't know if
many
anybody
seasons,
watches it. Does it
how many seasons?
Going down.
It's going down. I was going to say, how many seasons do we think that will go?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, she had her 15 minutes.
Monica Lewinsky. Now that's
but she also represented a certain segment of society. I think that was, by the way, may I say,
young girls out to
low
presidents.
No, I think, and having been the on the receiving end of attention from powerful older men, because I worked in the broadcast industry.
True.
It's always going to be that way. I mean, you have the president of the United States wanting you to do whatever he wants you to do. What are you going to, it's all for somebody who is
impressionable in their 20s, and you are working for a powerful
and he's handsome.
man.
It's not like he's a dog.
Yeah.
I think it happens all the time.
But I think, let's talk about how she's recovered from it. Do you think she has, or the fact that she just went away?
I asked him that
probably
question.
The best.
Where is Monica Lewinsky today?
Yes. Do you think
Bye-bye.
do you think she and Kate are working on some sort of reality show?
Really.
The Kate and Monica.
Monica and Kate.
That would be a show.
To me, she was a trendsetter.
Exactly, and not just because she was a funny woman and she was a fantastic businesswoman.
Yes, she was.
And she was the first woman to lead a company.
I was wondering where that was.
To lead a company. The only reason it was called Desi Lou is that just had to sound better, because it was Lou Desi. I mean, we know
Couldn't
that.
Be Lulu, right?
She wore the pants in that family, for sure.
Right.
And that she really started the fact that women could be respected in the entertainment industry. I think before her,
and she was extremely talented,
brilliant woman, brilliant
even if she was not a businesswoman.
Yeah,
she was
brilliant comedian. We love
her, and a trendsetter, and we love Lucille.
I think she has an Adam's apple. I am convinced that Ann Coulter is like transgender. I mean that.
Adam's apple. Everybody has an Adam's apple.
Not women, huh?
Women have an Adam's apple.
Not noticeably.
Well, it doesn't stick out.
That's my point. I think
I
have seen hers. I think she is like half male. I don't like her. She is to me a dangerous.
She is dangerous.
She's not just unlikable, she's dangerous. And that is to me where she and the Laura Ingrahams, these media women who are
Sarah Palin.
This
you don't like conservative. Why don't you just say
I don't like conservative, and I really am
rabid.
hurt by conservative women more than I am by conservative men. I'm like, come on, ladies, can't we at least get together as a gender?
You're not going to, all women, there are a lot of us. We don't all feel the exact same way every single day about everything.
I understand that, but I don't like them.
Good. Well, you don't have to like her. You don't have to listen to her. You don't have to like her. But I think she serves a purpose. I think she's very articulate. I think she's brilliant. Brilliant.
I
don't agree with anything she says.
She's brilliant. I think she is a brilliant media whore.
Okay.
That's what she knows how to get headlines.
A la Kate Gosselin.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. A la Sarah Palin. My God, she's the best of the bunch.
There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, we love Hillary.
This
is so obvious. I wish you were conservative. At least we could bandy this about a little bit. Although Hillary's been a little quiet, I think.
Yeah,
lately.
and by the way, I'm not impressed with the way she's, handled the crises, the Middle East stuff. But I have a feeling that might be her boss.
He might be
holding back.
Yeah, that's very possible.
I love Hillary.
You and I do
Hillary.
differ. I supported Hillary for president. I supported Obama. I came over.
And either one of us would have, any one of us would have won on that one.
I was absolutely committed
wasn't quite right.
I really think she is a fantastically brilliant woman, strategist. I thought we needed a woman in the White House in terms of, again, but Obama has a lot of skills that I attribute to women. The listening skill.
Yeah. Management skills.
He really does. So he was. I mean, I'm an Obama file, as you know, also, but she was the one for me, and I still am sad to a point that she didn't.
But I think she broke a lot of barriers, and I think that hopefully in our lifetime we might see a woman for president. I think that would be fun.
If we saw a black man, I can only think that,
who would have thought?
That a Jewish woman is next, and I'm now telling you that I am applying
Are you
for the position. Yes.
Oh
boy, can you imagine?
Do you have a PR agency?
No, I don't. Would you like to?
I know a good one.
I don't have any money. She says.
I've heard that one before
I
too.
withdraw my offer. I would say, as opposed to Hillary, who was the wife of a powerful man and was powerful and bright in her own right, I don't know if Jackie and Diana would have been movers and shakers without having been married to the men. I think Hillary without Bill still would have been a successful
I agree with that.
woman. I think Jackie, no.
Probably not.
And probably
Definitely
not, either one of them. They were fantastically impactful because of their marriages and the fact that they were put into the positions that they were put into. But I don't think they were powerful women without that.
But I like the way once they had the power,
yes.
I liked what they did with it.
Yes. I think Michelle, for example, would have been as powerful without Barack.
Yes, definitely.
But Jackie not. So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think that they were brilliant in their lifestyle, in the way they conducted their lives. They had a lot of obstacles, and a lot of heartache, and a lot of tragedy, and yet they were brilliant in the way they conducted themselves.
I think Kate Middleton will be the next to do that.
I know, and I can't
think
wait.
She's going to be fantastic.
She already is. She's fabulous.
But you can just feel that she is going to make a difference.
I really feel
Kate,
that.
We have a lot of faith
and
in
I
her.
think he will be a different kind of king, too, which will be also be interesting to watch.
If Queen Elizabeth ever passes. Well, it's like every day is Men's Day, so we need a Women's Month or whatever. First of all, I don't believe in that stuff, and I don't think anybody celebrates Women's History Month, do they?
No.
Although maybe we should.
We do celebrate Black History Month, though.
Very much so. Very much so.
I guess I just feel that we've come a long way, baby. Excuse the cliche. But we've come a long way. In my lifetime alone, we've come a long way. I mean, my mom, was extremely conservative and provincial, but she had come from whole other continent to this continent, and that alone was her pilgrimage. I just think our pilgrimage has been, I don't know, not nearly as contentious, not as rocky. I think we make our own way, and I think now, and maybe it's because you and I run our own business, so we're judged differently, but I feel that we're judged by our talents and our creativity and our smarts or lack thereof. I don't feel confined anymore.
Although I
think that's a good thing.
And I think if you're going to talk about women's history, I think we do have to tip our hat to the women who did, blaze the trails. And the like we talked about, the Lucille Balls of the world, and the Jackie O's,
the Eleanor Roosevelts,
and the Eleanor Roosevelts, and the Marie Antoinettes, and Eve.
Love her. Love her music.
She's
love Madonna. I love them all.
I love the women we like women with balls. Okay? That's all there is.
Not Adam's apples.
Not Adam's apples, but balls. That's exactly right.
For sure.
And I think we need to show one more body part before we end
the show.
Yes.
My team would like you to share.
You are not going to believe this one. Are you watching? Can you see this? Good.
Isn't that sad?
Now, should we lie and say you've broken your foot in 14 places?
I have not.
Why don't you tell
plantar fasciitis.
It's like having a corn. She has a bunion, and they have.
I have a very conservative
contraption on her.
I have a very conservative podiatrist. What can I tell you?
And you have to blow it up and deflate it. What do you have to do?
It's quite a thing. You have to have instructions on how to fly it.
How
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. I'm so sorry.
Plantar fasciitis.
But next week I do intend to wear some bright colors so that you don't worry about me in other ways.
Well,
I need to perk it up.
Your personality was perky though today.
Oh, good.
That's good. All right, everybody. And on that note, happy International Women Month. No, happy History of Women Month.
Yes.
Yes, to everybody.
Happy St. Patrick's Day for those of you
and
so
happy
inclined.
St. Patrick's Day to those of
Have
you
a great
who are
week.
all Irish.
Have a great week. See you next week.